Hi, I'm Tom Rakow, and I have with me a little great-granddaughter of Hall of Fame champion Guardrail. She's an American-bred English pointer. She's one of the last of a litter of pups that we had, and she'll be going to a home, I'm sure, probably pretty soon. And I wanted to talk about quilting. We call our company Quilted Arrow. And the reason we do that is because one reason is my wife is a very avid quilter, and she makes all kinds of quilts. I went in and kind of pulled a few out, um, and they have different patterns and there's different types of materials, and some are more complex. Some go together better than others, and but she has an eye, and she sometimes asks for help from her friends who help her match things together. And but they want to end up with something. A quilter wants to end up with something beautiful, something worth the effort that they try to put things together. And that's what we've been trying to do with our English pointers, American-bred English pointers. And we got our first pointer back a little over 25 years ago. And when she went on point, we got her as a puppy, and I still was so amazed when I would see her on point. I would think of God as the creator, the designer behind all that. And so her call name was Cookie, but she's black and white female, but her legal name was Divine Arrow. So all of our dogs have had Arrow in their name. We had Lost Arrow, we had Bent Arrow, we had Polished Arrow, we have Guardrail Onyx Arrow, we have Guardrail Ivory Arrow, Chosen Elhue Arrow, Guardrail Platinum Arrow, Guardrail Rhodium Arrow, Guardrail Silver Arrow. We've had all these different arrows over the past. We had Guardrail Diamond Arrow. That was a sad one. She was hit by a car. I hadn't lost a dog in 30 some years, and she was hit by a car. Got away for about 5 minutes, and but they all have arrow. And I have been a avid bow hunter for over 50 years, and so this is one of my uh, arrows. I have always shot either a longbow or recurve, and you want an arrow to fly straight, and it needs to be built in a certain way to do that, and to be released in a certain way to do that. We want that to happen with our dogs too. They have uh, natural abilities that have been bred into them, and we have tried to quilt together uh, these arrows from their parents, and with dogs that we have bred to over the years to develop a dog that I can use in presentations. Dogs that are passionate to hunt, dogs that are natural retrievers, natural backers. They honor the point of another dog and retrieve. And so we have worked hard at trying to do that. And they do a lot of things with the public. An important part of our having the dogs is I use them at game feeds. They work at booths. For example, the Christian Deer Hunters, one of the big events we do in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. This last time I took a number of dogs that they perform for 2.5 days, shooting bow and arrow, climbing ladders, spelling letters, greeting people. Sometimes people just want to pet a dog, and they're very good, so you can't have a dog that would attack somebody or anything like that. But all of these dogs have these special abilities that God has uh, put within them. I think of the first two dogs in the ark must have been absolutely tremendous. You think of the herding skills, the treeing, the tracking, all of these. We think of the pointing and the retrieving, and they're used to help the blind. They're used to help the deaf. They're used to those that are physically handicapped to recover those that are lost in avalanches, and to save lives, to uh, sniff out bombs and drugs, and to protect people. They are tremendous. We think of all that they do to to recover the bodies of those that have been lost. And we think of the gift of the dogs. But you know what? As tremendous as they are, as much as I love them, you are extremely special. You have been made in the image of God. You know, you are different from these dogs. James 3:9 says, humans have been made in the image of God. And you are unique. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, the Apostle Paul said, for we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance as our way of life. And that term, workmanship, the Greek term poema, is where we get the word poem, but it's the idea of a skill of creativity by the creator. A poem is a creative work, an artistic, literary work of creation. And you are God's poem. Do you realize that? And God has a plan for you. You are made in His image, regardless of what you may think about yourself. Doesn't change the fact that you are made in God's image, that you're special and precious to Him, and that He has a plan for you. You know, these dogs all have plans. The owners will have plans for them. For some, it'll be a lot of hunting. For some, it'll be some hunting and a lot of time in the house and cuddling up on the couch and all of that, playing with the kids. But we believe they're going to have, and we want them to have a good life. And you know, God has a plan for you, and He has given you gifts and abilities. You are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus. If you have given your life to Christ, He will work that plan out. And if you haven't, then, man, don't miss out. Give your life to Him. But we are trying to put these dogs together. You know, there's a pattern, there's some precision, and there's some personal choices involved in us matching them up. And I hope that helps you understand why we call it the Quilted Arrow. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this girl here, because she's fun to look at. And she's been very good, so I'm going to give her some extra loving when we get through here. I'll give her a few kisses.